Hi, Heidi Ho, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Phil Bottoms Atlanta Falcons franchise. We come into this episode, unfortunately, eliminated by the Chiefs from being in the playoffs. As you see, they have the first seed, and we went through the playoff picture more last episode. So what I wanted to do today is we're going to start by going through our stats, seeing how our players did, seeing league leaders, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we start with Desmond Ridder, who played all right, approaching 3,000 yards, 15 for 7. What I find out is that the passer rating is the important bit. Even if they're like doing okay, that passer rating is going to tell you whether or not they're of the top talent. Joe Flacco, who did relieve Desmond Ridder a little bit, proved that that was a terrible idea on my part. Running the ball, we had Bijan Robinson going for 1,485, approaching that 1,500 mark and 9 touchdowns. Incredible season for him, as he was averaging 87 a game. Now, we didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver, but we had 3 800 plus, with the rookie Roma Donze getting 820 and 2 touchdowns, Drake London 823 and 3 touchdowns, and then Juju Smith-Schuster with 892 and 4 touchdowns. Now, we were able to get the ball more to Jonnu Smith than anyone else for touchdowns, but even with Drake London having the most catches, he just was not able to be as productive as we would have liked. Part of that, I think, comes from having a bad quarterback play. We also need to look in potentially at getting a new starting tackle situation, letting up 14 and 13 respectively. That's 27 sacks from our tackles alone. Defense, we have 4 people with 100 plus tackles: Jeff Okudah, Jesse Bates the third, Kazir White, and Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis leading us in tackles, of course. PFLs, we were able to have 3 people go 10 and above, which means that we played really well against the run. At least I think that means we played well against the run. We do love to look at Dallas Turner, who led us in sacks and was second place in TFLs, so he has great production as a rookie. D. Alford, the young corner, at a 74 overall. You wouldn't believe it. He walks away with 5 picks on the season. Second place goes to Jesse Bates with 4, then AJ Terrell with 3, Jeff Okudah with 2, and then some other people with 1 if you want to take a look at them. That's about it when it comes to our standouts for defense. Younghoe Koo's getting older, and I think it shows, as he missed 3 field goals and 2 extra points on the season, and we relied too much on a punter who was getting home inside the 20. Punts down within the 20 is not that bad. Only 4 touchbacks is amazing. No, not great return game, but we're not going to talk about it. Now we go ahead and we look at league leaders. For anyone who's curious, everything's going to be timestamped, so if you want, you can skip this. Yards leader goes to Jared Goff. Touchdown leader also Jared Goff, tied with Russell Wilson with 34. And interception leader goes to Jaden Daniels, 25, and then CJ Stroud and Bo Nix. Those are our 20-plus interception passers. Our leader in carries goes to Derrick Henry. Leader in yards goes to Bijan Robinson, and leader in touchdowns goes to Josh Jacobs. Now, yards is incredible, barely beating out Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs got more carries. So reception leader goes to Tyreek Hill for receptions and yards. Does he get the triple crown? He does not, because Tyler Lockett takes 13 to the house. Same thing with Brendan Ayuk, who had a pretty good season, 1,000 for 13, but not a bad season for any of these guys. Obviously, we didn't have anyone up there. Worst tackle in the lead, I mean, it's not even us, so that makes me feel a little bit better. Defensive leader, tackle leader, Mario Davis. That makes sense. I don't think we have anyone up here. Hey, Caden Ellis is not that far behind. TFL's 25 in the 20s, so yeah, when you got people getting 20 something, I guess that leaves a lot of question. Arnold was able to be up there a little bit. Sack leader, Michael Parsons, 23 and a half. That's insane. We were only able to get 8 from one person. Interception leader goes to Donovan Wilson, 8 for Rogers Cromartie, and then it drops off to 6 and 5. Hey, D. Alford was able to get 5 at least. Younghoe Koo attempted and made the most field goals. And when it comes to extra points, 60 was attempted by Drake Moody and 56 was made. So that's a ton of extra points. We had only a few touchdowns. Oh, these are blocked. Hey, we had a lot more touchdowns. Damn, Frank Gore Jr. was able to take 3 to the house. That's insane. Punt return, we had 1 for 2 years. So we're going to go ahead and advance slowly throughout and try to get to the Super Bowl. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go through and I'm going to show y'all the playoff picture week by week to let y'all see who's getting eliminated eliminated. The Bills progress on, the Steelers move on, and the Bengals move on. On the AFC, on the NFC, we have Seattle beating Dallas, New York beating Caleb Williams already in the second round of the playoffs, but the Bears get eliminated, and bye-bye Saints. So nobody in our conference is still in. We do have interesting matchups. I would like to see Lions, 49ers. I want to see Steelers, Bengals. We get the Chiefs, the Bills all the time. I want to see Steelers, Bengals. So we're going to go ahead, advance into the conference week, and then I might go ahead and adjust my talent. I might get fired. We don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my talent real quick. Don't know how much of this y'all are going to care about because I haven't done a ton of work into it anyways. I've done nothing though. Alrighty. So I just threw it into my coach tree just so that I can slowly max that out because I figure start with coach and then we can move on to other things. So are we on to the next week? And so Bengals do upset the Chiefs, but the Bills do beat the Steelers, and 49ers get upset by the Seahawks, and I knew the Lions would win that one. So we're gonna get a Lions Bengals Super Bowl. I would love it. But let's go ahead. Pro Bowl week. We'll see who makes the Pro Bowl roster. I think Bajan should have made it. So Pro Bowl roster at quarterback, we got no one. I don't know how Kenny Pickens and Russell Wilson made it. We do get it at running back. Bajan Robinson gets halfback 1 for the NFC. We don't get any wide receivers, no tight ends. I don't think we're getting any offensive linemen because boy was it a struggle. I don't see any defensive linemen. I don't see any linebackers. D. Alford makes it at cornerback 3. Jesse Bates makes it at free safety 2. Oh my god, Young Waku makes it at kicker. That's incredible. I love to see it. So we're gonna go ahead, look at Jesse Bates, see what that does for him. Jesse Bates, D. Alford, and Bajan Robinson. Sorry. So Jesse Bates, D. Alford, Bajan Robinson. We'll start. Jesse Bates is right there. We'll go ahead and look at him as... I gotta edit him actually. Making 2-time Pro Bowler. Love to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and edit him. So this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that they're with the Ultra Unlock. It does a thing with the appearance. I'll show y'all what I do to fix it. As his face has a little bit of a texture issue, I think. So all you do is you go into face marks and tape, and you can just take that off, put on what you want to put on. We'll throw that on just so he has something. But now Jesse Bates doesn't have that on his face. So that gives him a 2-time Pro Bowler. I don't want to mess with any of that. And then AJ Terrell didn't make it for some reason. I don't really know why, as I thought he was definitely good enough to make it. Bajan Robinson, he stays at superstar, but we got some abilities to edit, as making the Pro Bowl for him gives him 20,000 experience. D. Alford, who's a 74, everyone. Where's D? There he is. He's a 74, and he made the Pro Bowl. Look at that. This man's going to get a huge upgrade. Pro Bowler. So proud of you. So I am using the My Franchise mod. I gotta wait until staff week before we do anything else in regards to that. I'm pretty sure, as it's a Bills and it's a Bills Lions Super Bowl. Let's go Lions. I want Lions to win, man. They deserve it. They've been in the dump so long. Give the Lions something in the Super Bowl matchup. Lions versus Bills. The winner goes to the Buffalo Bills. To be fair, they also probably deserve it after what happened. We're going to get a look at the recap with MVP going to Geno Smith. I didn't even see what his season was like. I don't think he deserved it. Coach of the Year, Kyle Shanahan. Player of the Year goes to Tyreek Hill and Mike Parsons. Rookie of the Year goes to Blake Foreman. Hey, Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dallas Turner. Let's go. We're in staff week. So with staff week, we're going to go ahead and save the franchise and go into the My Franchise tool and take a look around. We pop into the Sabo's My Franchise Manager to take a look at upcoming free agents along with some other stuff. Just take a look around, as it looks like we don't have a ton of highly rated free agents just yet in the draft or in the pool. We'll get to that a little bit more later. MVP goes to Geno. So the reason why I wanted to go into here is we have this beautiful tool schedule. As you see, we're on staff week. So move all injury, and we're not going to export the season data because I don't quite frankly care. And it's time for the regression tool. End of the season, we'll apply this, and this is everyone who has gotten worse. Yeesh. Honestly, not that bad. Looks like we're okay for the most part. So then remove all injuries. All right. Now the Falcons. We got Rookie of the Year going to Dallas Turner. I probably need to come to players. We'll go to left outside linebacker. Dallas. Ends up getting X Factor ability. Oh my God, that's incredible for having a 8 sack, 17 TFL season. He's going to be an X Factor. That's phenomenal. Other than that, some player retirements if anyone is interested for now. Matt Ryan leaves. Mason Kidney leaves. Nothing too major as we are projected to pick number 8, which it puts us right above Carson Schneider, who has good strengths at only 1 week. So if we end up needing to hold on and wait at quarterback, it's not something where it's going to cause us too many problems. Now, as things continue, we will pop back into this, not draft recap. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this and get back into Madden. But as the draft continues to get closer, we will probably delve a little bit more into that. So we're going to go ahead. I don't have anything I need to do here because I think our staff moves should be fine. I don't think they fired any of our people. No, we're good. So we're good to go on to the next season, and we're going to do just that. Get to the re-sign period. Whoop, whoop. All right, so we have 8 million in cap space. We're going to go ahead and look at the mock draft because, oh, wow, they got Carson Schneider going 1, Paul Dawson. So right now they have us actually getting Eric Staley, interestingly enough. And then our other first-round pick, they have us picking another quarterback, which I don't think I'm going double quarterback this draft, just being honest. We do have 17 players left to negotiate with 8 million. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of negotiating. With both of you guys at 30 years old, I think I'm still going to move on from you. I'm sorry. I can't see a world where like it's worth dropping that money. I mean, I guess I can throw this at you if you choose to stay. This is the exact offer. Perfect. See, that gives us a little bit of depth, but nothing too insane. We're going to move on away from probably everyone. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll advance to free agency and we'll go from there. Now, as you see, some teams aren't able to bring back some of these better players. So these are some people that are expecting some contracts while also not being necessarily the worst pickups. Good 70 overalls. Now, Fletcher Cox has hit a wall. So if we pick him up, he's probably expecting a good penny. I came back over this because you got to match scheme. So next thing we'll do is free agency week 1. We'll adjust trade block. So right now we'll make sure our scheme matches and we'll go from there. Okay, so now you obviously get a sense of who's going to be top free agents. Buffalo Bills were champions, but we got Nick Chubb, L'Jarius Sneed, David Bakhtiari, DeForest Buckner, Amari Cooper, Tyler Decker. Like, we have some big name people and some decent people in the thing now. So what we're doing, we do free agency week 1, which is this week, right? I think that's where we are. And we adjust trading block. So we're going to adjust the trading block so that we don't got to worry about that. And then next we got to worry about free agency recap. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. Oh, there we go. We got that adjusted. So the trading block should be good to go. As stated before, only 6 million. Not looking super pretty. So these guys that are like big names, probably not going to be able to bring some of them in. Number 1 ranked in their position type guys. Yeah, that's a lot of money that we don't have. Okay, so I went through and I restructured some contracts just to like kind of give us a little bit more money to work with in free agency this year, and it doesn't hurt us too much in the future years. So now we're going into free agency with a coolio $38 million. Now, it's still not a ton when you got Nick Chubb expecting 31. We have L'Jarius Sneed expecting 21. Got Travis Etienne expecting 35. Now, what it does help us with is these younger guys that probably aren't expecting or some of these older guys, just people to kind of throw into a spot that aren't expecting a ton of money, just a decent amount, like Greg Newsome. While he might be expecting a pretty contract, it's not like it's a contract that actually hurts us too much. 3 years for that much. Now, he's not interested. Now, that's just throwing an offer out there. I might revoke it, but I'm going to go through. I'm going to show y'all what our team needs are, and then we're going to go through and try to get some moves done in free agency. At quarterback, we're going to pick someone up in the draft, so I'm not worried about that. No matter what, we're picking someone up in the draft, and they should be better than Desmond Ridder. We don't need to worry about running back because Bijan Robinson ends up getting X Factor, and he is definitely going to be leading us as we move forward in our career. At wide receiver, we could stand to have some more depth as Rome, Malcolm, Juju, Juju, and Drake are all we got, and you need more than just this, especially whenever this dude and this dude are about to regress soon. At tight end, we could probably stand to pick up one, maybe two, and then left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, and right tackle. We need at least starting or bench depth, and then it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and pick up some D-line. So we're going to focus on wide receivers and offensive line to start with and see what's in there, and then we'll go from there. So at wide receivers, it doesn't look like we have anyone too noticeable. We might go Rondell Moore just because he's 25. Yeah, 25, kind of good, and he doesn't hate the idea of playing for us. So just throw a little bit money, 17 mil for a couple of years. That puts us at the top of his list. Now, left tackle, we could pick up a backup just to kind of have one, but not many people are interested in coming to play for us, so I think I'll come back to this. Left guard, we need a backup as well, and same thing, people just aren't interested. I'll just throw a normal contract at you just because you're semi-interested. We could, oh my god, no one wants to play for us, so we'll throw a contract at you, and then a contract at you, and then that's all 5 we got, so we're gonna evaluate, I guess, and we're still targeting 3 people, so we're probably gonna miss out on Greg Newsome, so we're gonna pull out of his contract. I think I pulled out, so unsure. We're getting beat out by the Bears, so pull from him too. I think that's how you pull. Gonna withdraw an offer from him, and then the Bears are ahead in that one, so we'll withdraw from him too. Don't want to be throwing our money when we ain't got money to be throwing, you know. So we'll go back into it and take a look to see what else is potentially there. Oh wow, they got most of. Okay, so we end up getting Rondell Moore, so I'm probably okay with that when it comes to wide receivers, unless there's someone young. Sure, we'll take it. Just throw you a contract. It's nothing big. You might not even sign. We really need to find some way to bring in some depth. Just some backup depth. We'll bring that in. I think we're looking at left guard. Someone who's just gonna take a pretty offer, and then we can go look at other things because we got to get edge rush as well still. Okay, I saw some people at D tackle that might want to play, so we'll go. Ooh, I can't get you, BJ. You want too much money, brother? Yeah, you want way too much money. You do not expect. Now, you're only expecting 9 million. I'll throw an offer at you and we'll eval available top 10. We'll go targeting 2 people, but we have already done an okay job signing some people. What am I saying? So if we come back to our roster, I think it should show us the updated version with our signings. I'm unsure it does. So we need a tight end, a center, and a right guard, and left end, 2 right ends, and a D-tack. Not a lot of money. So see what we can get. Tight end, Jonnu. Just bring Jonnu Smith back this way. I want him for a year. There's no way he accepts this though. I don't think there's a way to get a deal done here with Jonnu because he's not. Yeah, so Jonnu just not gonna come back. He's expecting too much money. You're expecting much less, Mr. Trimble. I'm just gonna take away your signing bonus. No signing bonus for you. Did it work? I don't know. So we don't have a ton of money. In fact, we're probably gonna be in the negative starting next year, and I think that's all the moves I'm going to make for free agency. I'll advance a week, see if we have more money, but I don't think we're just going to magically come up with money. So it looks like we're going to be building a lot of our team through free agency after the draft and just the draft in general. To do like a little bit of a preview of our signed players, we were able to get Rondell Moore, we were able to get Tutu Atwell, we were able to get Duran Reed, we were able to get Austin Jackson, Azora Cleveland, Jermaine Alumanor. I tried my best. Greg Van Rotten. So we didn't do great in free agency, but we didn't have a ton of money either. I had to renegotiate or restructure a ton of contracts to be able to even go from there. So we'll go ahead and we'll get to the draft, and I'll show y'all our main position needs. All right, so we have mock draft 5. This is the free agency recap period, so I'm also going to have to go into the my franchise thing here in a minute. So right now they are saying Eric Staley is probably going to go to us. He is the #1 ranked quarterback. Granted, I don't know what all that entails. Honestly, this dude looks pretty nice, but right now they have us projected to go Staley, who we know is okay. Still not much of a scrambler, not as good of throw power, and not as accurate. but not going to get injured, better play action, better carrying, better break sack. So I think this dude's going to be more of a better ready quarterback. I still think we're going Maxwell Calhoun, which this dude's probably not going to be drafted by us. Now, elite throw power is elite throw power with great speed. I don't know. Maybe we go Maxwell Calhoun and we don't go Eric. I don't know right now. Right now, our primary, secondary, tertiary, you know. Right now, my primary focus is to go ahead and look at our team needs. So at roster, we know we're going quarterback no matter what. And then running back doesn't need anything. We're good at wide receiver because most of these guys are going to get better or worse. I don't know. I probably could use a tight end, but we're not worried about it as our line is obviously going to struggle. We need edge rusher. We need edge rusher. Like, we don't necessarily need a left end or a right end, but we need better edge rushers. Absolutely. Middle linebacker doesn't need focus right now, but eventually will. And we need better right out, or probably don't need a better right outside linebacker because Arnold's going to do great. And we could probably do to stand to pick up a corner as well. And then it's just depth from there. So we'll go ahead, get into free agency. Not free agency. I'll get into the My Franchise tool and then we'll go from there. Now that we're in the My Franchise tool, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. So for free agent, we're going to auto balance roster and adjust trading block. So just the trading block, and then we'll auto balance the roster. All right, and then next thing is going to be draft recap. We'll auto balance roster yet again, and we should be good to go for player progression at the start of our next season. Now, I said we would go ahead and look at like our top needs and what they have in the draft. So our number one need is quarterback. Now, right now, Eric Staley is ranked number 1, but I don't know, right? So I've been sold on this dude all season, but now they're saying he might not be it. But we took a look at, where is he? Or Maxwell Calhoun is projected to go number 1 right now. And I don't even think that he might be worth it when we have someone like a Trent who, not the fastest, or was it Carson? No, it's not Carson, but Trent, who doesn't have any strengths or necessarily any weaknesses, but better, well-rounded player. I don't know. And then edge rusher is another thing. So we got right in to look at, which right now overall ranked 4th. So we could go Will Devine, who we know he's got great strength. We know he can do the 3-cone drill, and we know he's kind of strong, but we don't know strengths or weaknesses outside of that. At left end, we don't have anyone ranked even within the top like 10. At D tackle, don't have anyone ranked within the top 25, and we're good at linebacker. So maybe at left end, we'll take a look at what the game truly says. Not left end, right end. Right end. The game truly says about Will Devine, because right now he's projected speed, projected go 4th overall. That's enough with the franchise tool. Go ahead, get back into the Falcons franchise in general, and let's get ready to go ahead and start the draft. Actually, real quick, before we start the draft, who's projected to go to us? I think it's Maxwell, who has elite throw power. It's a little bit faster. He's got better bench reps. I like Maxwell much more than I like Staley's. So at number 5 or number 4 overall, we could go Will Devine, who looks okay, not very pass rush, but good tackle, good finesse, got great speed, elite jumping. He looks good to go. He looks ready to go. So I think we might make him, he's like 1st round talent, but he might not fall, you know? But I might make him our 1st pick and then go Maxwell Calhoun next. Right now, that's what I'm thinking. Start the NFL draft. Welcome to the 2025 NFL draft. We're going to go ahead and pause it. Number 1 pick, the Bears select Carson Schneider. Number 2, the Cardinals select, there goes Eric Staley. But we're not getting Eric. There goes Will Devine. That's beautiful. And Paul Dulson. So there goes all of my planning. That's beautiful. So we still have Maxwell, who I don't want to gamble and pick someone too early. That's the problem. It's like, it's always terrifying just being like, yep, I'm gonna go with this guy, you know? So give me a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and look through the draft a little bit more and we'll make a pick from there. Actually, no, screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and go with Maxwell Calhoun now. He's projected to go a little bit sooner. He looks great. He looks phenomenal. Just go with Maxwell. He's a normal development player. Crap. That's not good. All right, pick 6 goes Devin Bird. Don't know how that is. Sterling Simpson goes next. John Hartwell, Julius Harrison, Demetrius Woolley, Doug Samuels, Darrell Skinner, and then we select next after Spencer McGriff. Now, as I stated, this completely shook up my entire draft board now because I didn't plan on this. We need D tackle. So do I just drop back in the draft and try to get maybe a late first and try to pick up one of these guys. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and trade back. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and trade back into the draft, or at least review. Try to get maybe a later first, or nope, no one wants to give us anything reasonable. Right. So maybe no trading back. We're going to go Ray Ekwan, Raymond. I don't know. We know he's a first round talent, even though he's projected first to second. We don't really need a strong safety, but maybe we move him to free safety or to middle linebacker. And go ahead, since we are late in there, we'll skip to their next pick and try to get out of the draft. We'll go Quinn McDowell just to do it. I'm drafting really poorly this draft, like really, really poorly, so that's sad. Our next selection, and we could go tight end or corner. I don't really want to because a lot of people are booty. Do we need D tackle desperately? I just don't really like our D tackle prospect, who's got good block shed, but that means that everything else is gonna be kind of bad. And we'll go for it. Good speed, 5'11". We'll go David Jones. He's probably not gonna even play. Just fill out the roster right now. Just because I know he's a 3rd to 4th round talent, I'm gonna go Darnell Albury. Just because I know he's got good talent, good press, good catching, doesn't look terrible. He's not entirely slow, so we'll go with him, and that's hidden development too, at least. So that's a good pick. I finally get a hidden development player. You know, I'll go Kenny Jennings as well. He's 3rd to 4th round talent. He's got basically the same stuff, not too slow. Yeah, we'll go with him. Go 2 tight ends or double corner. Maybe that will help our coverage a little bit, or that just gives us some trade targets with our older players. So our last pick, oh, we got 2 more 7th round picks. I'm gonna pick a fullback. Don't worry, guys. I know most D tackles are actually right ends are projected to stay where they are. C power moves is okay for a speed rusher. You know what? Fuck it, we'll go Princey Upshaw. They've got C power moves, even though they're supposed to be a rusher. Won't get flags or a speed rusher. They're kind of slow, but why not? With good power moves as a speed rusher, that means that they're moldable. And then with our last pick, well, I guess with no last pick because I accidentally advanced. I was going to draft a fullback just because you got to have a fullback, right? So draft recap. That's the wrong button. Funny. Draft recap. We go ahead and look at contract details as 71 is our quarterback. Oh my God, I drafted so poorly. Really good from Raymond, which, okay, I don't even think they're going to be playing much, and no one else is probably even going to see the light of day. You being a superstar is nice and all, but we'll find out where all these people actually fit in after the progression tool is done. I'm gonna go ahead and save and get back into my franchise because I have to auto balance roster, but then we'll go ahead and get into free agency. Not free agency, preseason. Okay, I'm not gonna show y'all the the auto balancing of the roster. We're gonna advance to preseason, take a look at our depth chart, and then we'll go from there. So this video is a little bit longer. I will state that, as I'm sure y'all have already gathered, because we're going to be going through all of preseason as well in this video. So that next video, just the start of the season. But right now, you know what I need to do? I need to go back to the My Franchise and get some things situated. Throughout the season, it's not as bad, the back and forth, but like the off season is whenever you're doing a lot of work with the My Franchise, making sure people's overalls and everything's not goofed. So it's not too frustrating. It's just, it's a little bit to get used to. So we go to tools, pressing all the wrong buttons. And now you see preseason week 1, we run all of this. So let's go ahead and do that. Progression tool, it's been run before. Oh, apparently not. I could have swore I've run it. Whatever. All right, so progression tool's been run. Now some people, you can already see their overalls has increased. All right, now we're going to use free agency lottery. This is a beautiful tool that just kind of takes a look at the free agency, everyone that's in there that hasn't been signed yet, adds them to like teams that might need them, and then you just run a lottery and it shows you who gets what. Like Zamir White goes to Broncos. Hey, we end up getting KJ Hamler for some reason. We also get Addison Williamson for some reason. Jalen Reagor. I don't know why it's giving us wide receivers. We don't need wide receivers, but those are like the 70s and above players that it throws on a team because you don't want the player going through and skilling everything. And then we're going to go ahead and auto match scheme, and that gets us done with this. So let's go ahead and look at the Falcons roster coming into the next season. We have, let me click on you, go to quarterback. We're going to be starting with Maxwell, who's going to come in at 73. Awareness, not bad. Accuracies could use a ton of work, but honestly, he's got good throw power. He's got good awareness. And if he needs to get out of the backfield, he's not going to die. Where's his speed? 81 speed. Yeah, he's not just going to die if he goes out of the backfield. These are his stats. I'm not really worried about it. At running back, obviously, we got Robinson, who is phenomenal. Don't have a fullback. Wide receiver, I don't know why they brought so many in. We got Drake London as our starter, Rondell Moore, Juju, Cole Hardman, and Romo Dunze, who didn't actually go up after a pretty good season. They do end up throwing some other people onto our thing, which, okay, most of them are probably going to get cut. I can't imagine most of them are going to stay. At tight end, we got Kyle Pitts and Tommy. Our offensive line is where it begins to struggle. 78 starting right tackle is not bad. 92 right guard is real good, but then center, we got 71 center, so I need to go into center, maybe pick up 2 more, or maybe we move some people around. All right, at left guard, we're going to start with Matthew. I'm gonna make Ezra a center so that I don't gotta go sign anyone. Save that. So now if we go to center, we got 2 centers. Ezra's not great at center, but not terrible, and that keeps us from struggling a ton. Now left guard, we got 2, and left tackle, we end up with 3. I'm gonna throw you just kind of cause I'll make him our last center just in case, because center is the most important position when it comes to the line. So I want to make sure we got depth. But other than that, we could use more depth, but right now we're not really worried about it. At right defensive end, we're going to start with Puna Ford. So he gets moved from D tackle to right defensive end. At D tackle, we're going to start with Jareen Reed, and then we're going to have David Jones behind him. David Onyemeta right now is our only left end, but that's probably going to change. I might go pick someone up at right outside, or I might just move someone. I don't know yet. We have Arnold Ebiketie is going to start at right outside linebacker. He's 70. He's not great, but he's not terrible either. We're not struggling too much at middle linebacker. And then at left outside linebacker, we know we're starting with X Factor Dallas, who will go through, and I'll make sure I edit certain people's abilities, make sure they're not behind. Now, D tackle, I mean, we don't necessarily need another D tackle. We need a left end. So we'll just put you at left end, just so I don't got to go buy people. Now, I don't think it's going to help his overall any. Let me state that. I literally just moving him to left end so that it fills out our roster. We went through our linebackers. At corner, we got AJ Terrell is going to be leading us, Jeff Okuda, D. Alford, who moves up to a 78 now. Then we got Mike Hughes, Clark Phillips, Keelan King, Darrell Aubrey, and Kenny Jennings. Now, he's an overall 69. Okay, I thought his overall went down. At free safety, Jesse Bates, you know who it is. And then at strong safety, newly acquired Raquan Raymond. He comes in as 75, one better than Richie, but he's a hidden dev, so I'm excited to see what all we can do here. At kicker, I don't know why we picked up another kicker, or why it thought we needed another kicker. I mean, he's a little younger, so I might end up keeping him on the roster, but that's where we're looking at right now. When it comes to the Falcons roster, I'll go ahead, make sure the depth chart is assigned the way that I like it, and then we'll go ahead into our Jets game. I'm gonna go ahead and get training done, weekly strategy done, and then we'll get into the game. Also, we will be doing this a little bit different than we usually do, as the Jets have a new quarterback. No, they still got Aaron. I'm not worried about it. But we are going to be doing things a little bit differently starting into season 2. Hopefully everything goes well, but we'll find out as we go, you know? So by different, I mean, we are using a coach mode made by the person who I have their name on screen right now. I'll go ahead and put that in. But they have made a coach mode, so now I get to choose the plays that we run instead of just kind of watching. So we'll have a different camera angle and all that as well. But I'll stop boring y'all and I'll go ahead and get into the gameplay. I'd like to welcome everyone to beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. We have an incredible preseason matchup as we have Falcons versus Jets. Now, we're looking at Calhoun versus this secondary primarily. So in this game, I think I'm going to just primarily watch the offensive starters, and then we'll go from there. So our defense gets a stop. Beautiful. So we're going to start out with a run on first down. We get a chance to see everyone. Now, I have gone through, edited some uniforms, edited some numbers, but I think we are ready as we start. Run with Robinson goes for nothing. All right, if a run's not going to work, we'll see how pass does. See what we got. They look to be in pass coverage. Oh, crap. As that's an unblocked man. That's a first sack for Calhoun's career. Never what you want to see coming out of second and long. Now we got third and long, needing 18. Now I have your best Bengals drip uniforms, is that's a drop pick. I have Sabo's gameplay mod, a bunch of others. I have a coach mode, I have uniform mods, all of that. So let's go ahead and get back to the next offensive drive. Now, with what I'm doing for the first preseason game is I want to look at our offense specifically. Now, after the first quarter of preseason, as that drive goes backwards yet again, after the first quarter of preseason, what I'll probably end up doing is just watching the rest of the game, just highlighting moments, you know. All right, 2nd and 14. They're doing great against the run as we get some daylight that time. We need 10 yards now coming out on 3rd and 10. We'll see what we got. Calhoun looks to throw. They're only rushing 4, and that's overthrown for Romo Dunze. All right, we got one more try potentially for Calhoun in our offense. He is struggling a little bit to start. To be fair, so are we. We're going to call it audible. We'll play action post slot. And we got play action. Unblocked. Man, doesn't get there. That's a catch. Let's go. Drake London for 30 as we finally get a completion. We're going to go ahead and run stretch with Robinson now. Going to try to run quickly, get them caught off guard. And if we don't block correctly, that's what's going to happen. We're going to try to come back out and run it again. It doesn't look like they're going to like that. So we're going to run play action spot again. See what they got, and that's a lot of pressure. So what I'm gathering already is that our offensive line is going to be the end of us. 3rd and 20, we are about 20 yards away from scoring. Pressure's coming. Calhoun fires that one short, but it's dropped. We're going to at least get 3 unless we drop. We're going to at least get 3 unless we miss the field goal. And we do not miss the field goal, but we are officially into the 2nd quarter. I want to skip this. Let's go ahead. Now we pick up with our defense as we watch our secondary defense. I wanted to come in with our defense specifically in the secondary for the rest of this game. Just kind of get a vibe, you know? I said I was going to go through the rest of the preseason, but I'm kind of running low on time, so it might just be this game. I want to see what our defense has. We're going to sit with Harrison as that run goes nowhere as well. Looks as if both teams are struggling to get the run game off the ground. Understandable. All right, we got pass, as that's going to be 1st down for Matt Jones. All right. Sorry, I was silent. I was looking at cameras. I was messing with my camera setting. They get 7 on 2nd down. There we are. So I want to try to get like different angles from different people as they run end around, and that's going to be a pickup of 4. But I want to try different camera angles with different linemen, different defenders as when we watch the defense. Just kind of get a vibe. Watch the quarterback as they run it here on 1st, and that's going to be gain of none. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let me know what y'all think. If you like it, if you don't like it, we're going to go ahead and watch Richie Grant on this one. They pulled Dallas Turner out in coverage, so I know that's not going to work as the 2nd down throw is complete. Mac Jones 3 for 3 for 27 so far. All right, let's watch Jeff as he's going to be matched one-on-one with their star receiver. Man, they ran the ball again. They're keeping it short. All right, let's watch Kazir White as he's going to be a little bit closer. They're going to hand it off again, and White gets shoved. Oh, my God, what a hit. Bone-crushing hit from number 49. I don't know who you are off the top of my head. I apologize. I don't want to watch a lineman either. We'll go ahead and watch Hughes. They're going to be a little further out as this is going to be a toss outside, and Hughes meets him first, but we got company. All right, we got our first punt. See how our punt return goes. This one's going to be sent out of bounds at maybe about the 13. They're going to say out at the 7. Now, we also have Jace McClellan in to run backup snaps. If everyone remembers, the Rizzler is back. We run with McClellan, who's got some daylight. That's going to be 6 on his 2nd run of the night. Now, I'm obviously not excited to look at Desmond Ridder a ton, but he is the guy that we got to watch, you know? Like, he's the one. as they send blitz, and that's almost picked off. Holy crap, Desmond. We're going to run halfback draw, as it looks like it might be a bad idea. We need 4. Desmond Ridder scares me passing, as we run right into the center, and they're not going to be kind to us. They're going to call us short by a yard on the spot. I'm going to skip the punt because I don't want to control it. And we'll come back out with defense now. All right. We got Benedict, who is 49. He is a safety. We're going to be watching him as he covers deep. That's going to be picked off. Jesse Bates with an interception. Let's go. Bates to the house. Brick sticks. Jesse Bates. Let's go ahead and get a replay here. Jesse Bates able to just... Oh, do I not? Okay, there we go. Jesse Bates, he just in the right spot. Daniel Jones, or Mac Jones, just throws it in the wrong spot. Oh my God, thank you, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. Hey, Jesse. After the pick 6 from Jesse Bates, we go ahead and get our extra point, which is good. Love to see it. And now we come back out on defense. Very happy, Jesse. Love to see it. Oh my God. We're going to go ahead and watch Jeff now as they need to throw. That's a deep throw, as Jeff breaks that one up. Tries to test Jeff, and that one doesn't work for him. Eventually, he'll learn, maybe. Go ahead and get over to our 49 boy as they throw that one short for 8. I gotta make sure I'm talking into the microphone. We're gonna run cover 6. We'll watch Grant. We did move Richie Grant to number 31. He was wearing 27, as he's gonna be the guy who wraps him up on 3rd and short. Richie Grant able to step in and make a huge tackle when needed. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning after the 3rd down stop. 7 to 10 left to go. A little under 2 minutes left to go in the half. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble speaking, as they're going to go ahead and punt the ball back to us with about a minute 50 left. I think we're going to get a good return. Hardman. Gonna cut it right actually, as about a minute 50 left. All right, we're gonna run bingo cross, just kind of get an eye on things, see what we looking at. Ritter looks to, they bring pressure, as that's gonna be caught to Trimble. Tommy Trimble with a huge catch, as pressure was in face. We run no hurry, or no huddle. Very great to see. Ritter looks to throw on 2nd and 1, and that one's going to be caught to McCole Hardman Jr. McCole? I don't know. All right, we're going to confuse him a little bit with that. That's his first catch, actually. Damn. Not guarding Juju over the top of him. Don't know how much of a good idea that is, as that's going to be caught out of bounds. Tommy Trimble for 4. If there's ever anything to say, Desmond Ritter loves taking the short pass. We got a minute left to go in first half. We'll run deep shot, as that's going to be... Oh, broken sack. Ritter, get rid of it. That's going to be a huge sack. No point in worrying now, as we definitely aren't scoring before halftime. Just going to try to drag some of this clock out. Don't know what the thing. We're going to bring Fitzpatrick over, kind of as a help blocker. McClellan to the outside. We got daylight, as it's a good pickup, just not enough. Go ahead, skip the one singular play as we come out with them at... Oh, wow. They're just going to kneel it. Yeah, we're not worried. We're going to get into the halftime and take a look at how everyone else's preseason is going around the league. Now that we are ahead, let's focus on running it inside, and we're going to defend the short pass. They've done a ton of short throwing, and it's kind of aggravating me. We got 2 quarters left to go in this one, as the second half kickoff is going to be Need in the back of the end zone, as Desmond Ritter comes back out on offense. You might be wondering why I'm doing more backups than I am. Oh my God, McClellan. As I was stating, until Jace McClellan just decided to torch a MF. I'm watching this, the backups, primarily to get a sense of where I want people in the depth chart. If people... I like how they run their routes. I like how they get open. Tommy Trimble. That's a huge run on 2nd down. Huge catch and run on 2nd down. But, I want to get an idea. Who do I want to bring into what position? Who do I want to be higher in the depth chart, be lower? Because I know where I want my starters to be, you know? I think everyone has an idea of where their starters sit as we get a huge run. No, not Greg Ben Rotten, but I think everyone knows like their starters. You usually pick your starters based on overall, but my backups I like to like look at who plays better. Like Rome Odunze last year, as that's going to be a huge catch for Juju. Rome was a third string receiver. We'll go ahead and substitute him and bring back in. He was a third string receiver and still ended up with 800 yards. So like I want to look at where people belong on the depth chart, not where their overall suggests, as McClellan's going to pick up 4 on its first down. We're going to go ahead and bring Tyler Algier in, as they look to be bringing the house. We'll run Dagger. I think Dagger is a good idea, and we'll run Max Protect. So we're basically only running 2 receivers, as it's not going to be enough. Ritter has to throw that one out of bounds. They still were able to get really close to him. If that tells you how our line is struggling, but I think that tells you where where our focus is going to be in this upcoming draft. I want to look at both offensive, defensive line, I think, because from what I see, that's the big struggle. What a catch. Holy macaroni and cheese sticks, Batman. That's an incredible catch from Atwell. Desmond Ritter just throws this in front of everyone, and Atwell is just, oh my God. Let's get a replay of that. Better angle, please. Look at Desmond Ritter just looking, fires. I thought this was too well covered. I'm like, oh, he should have thrown that to Rome a second sooner. He doesn't, but you see Atwell back here. See, this is what I'm talking about. Someone who needs a roster spot, because this is in front of 2 people, and Atwell is still able to dive, make the catch, bring the ball in, and go down to the ground. That is incredible. That's incredible catch from Atwell. He gives us a fresh first down, as Ritter is firing beautifully right now. He's got 81 on the game. That one to Reger, who was picked up for us. We're gonna go ahead and run another pass. Let me keep McClellan in to block. I think that will help, as they do bring pressure, as Hardman's able to hold on to that one for a first down. See, this is what we saw a lot from Desmond Ritter last year, where like he could play really well at certain points, like surprisingly well, as that's another throw for Juju caught. But last year we had a pretty good production from Desmond Ritter. Also, I'm not running the ball yet because I think that they're gonna bring pressure soon. They don't do it there. I ran a screen, and that's going to be a sack. No, he gets the ball out. But we saw a lot of this from Ritter last year, where he could control an offense for several drives and like sustain an offense. But he would also have games later on in the season where he would struggle. 3rd and 2, they're not bringing pressure. We fire end zone, and Atwater is unable to hold on to it through contact. We're going to be forced to settle for 3. No, we're going to go for it. See, that's what I wanted to see a lot from last year. Just, okay, we need the touchdown. We need the touchdown. We're going to run it with McClellan. Probably should have done it sooner, as Jace fumbles. That's going to be recovered by the Jets. Sauce Gardner with the fumble recovery. I don't know if Jace was down, but he got lit up on that one. Oh, my God. He got hit into another defender. We get a slow motion there, as, yeah, he literally just gets hit into Sauce Gardner's bottom. I almost said a bad word. Gets tossed into Sauce Gardner's bottom and drops the ball. Go ahead and watch Helms on this one, as they're gonna run it inside, and that's great read from 37. 2nd and 5 now. Move over to White. I think they're gonna either run or throw it short. They run it, as we got company. Gonna hold them to a 3rd and inches. We need to hold on tight here. We got 3rd and inches, as there's going to be movement on the line. We'll see what they call. The offense is going to be going back 5 yards. That's going to make us have a 3rd and manageable, make their job a little bit harder. We'll watch Jesse Bates on 3rd and short, see what he can do as he reads the short pass, and that's going to be a first down pickup for Mac Jones. Bring some pressure. Let's not watch Jeff. Let's go ahead and watch this dude, Benedict. We bring blitz, and Benedict's able to meet him after the catch. Mac Jones reads coverage well that time. Let's go ahead and get to Grant. I want to see what Richie does on coverage. They're going to run it as Richie Grant gets blocked on coverage. That's going to be a pickup of like 9 or 10 on first down. All right, let's sit with Jesse again. We don't get a ton of footage with him in this game. Bates. He's going to be covering a tight end as they throw screen pass. Either screen pass or just a flat route, which Richie Grant is all over that. We'll bring in cover 6. Kazir White, the player to spotlight. They look to throw as they throw short, man. I told you, they're going to be throwing short, and that's why I wanted to watch Kazir. If I know they're throwing short, I'm going to stay short as you get a chance to look at our draft class. Only 2 real hits with Maxwell Calhoun and our strong safety, who we didn't actually watch any of. We'll see more of him next game. 3rd and 6 for the Jets. That one's going to be fired deep, and there's no one over there. I don't know why Jeff doesn't pick it off. He just bats it away. Mac Jones fires that one where no one except Jeff is at, and Jeff doesn't take the opportunity to intercept the ball. I have no words. All right, we're going to get a punt return opportunity for McCole Hardman. This one looks returnable anywho, as it's not really returnable. Not a ton of yards. Oh, I didn't even know Jace had the thing, so I got to go through and fix Jace McClellan's face as well. He's got that little bit of texture issue, but he's playing phenomenal this game. Love to see it, love to have it as we come out 1st and 10 run. McClellan's gonna pick up. Hey, 4 is not bad on a 1st down pickup. You got 2nd and 6 now. They seem to be running man. Running slants. They don't run man, but hey, we get a 1st down. We'll see what the flag is. We get offensive holding, which is going to bring that 1st down back. Lovely. Thanks, my dude. Run inside zone with McClellan now, as if our blocks hold up here, we have big yardage. Our blocks kind of hold up small yardage. Needing 13, the Rizzler does. They're running man coverage, and we're running verticals. Oh my God, that one's overthrown for Juju. I got scared because we saw a blitz, but they don't get to us. We end up throwing a ball over someone's head. Let's go ahead and get to our next defensive possession. All right, defense. We're going to go ahead and watch. I mean, why not? We'll watch Phillips. Just because it's a little bit different. They run, and hey, Phillips is there to meet them. Seems like I got great omniscience when it comes to where the ball is going to be running towards. We're going to run cover 2 man. They don't have Dallas in, I don't believe. We're going to watch this, as that's going to be a catch. Oh my, what a hit, as Gibson's going to be down for a little bit longer. Never what you want to see it following a hit like that. Hopefully he's all right. All right, we're watching Jesse yet again. He's come back out. Hopefully they don't run the ball. They're down 3. So I don't know how much of this is entertaining, how much of this isn't, as that's going to be thrown well short. What a stumble for 8. Defense has been playing phenomenal. Our offense has struggled, but what can you expect from a man named Desmond? We're on to our final quarter of play. Jets with the football at the 40-ish. They're going to run the ball daylight, as that's going to be Jeff Okota meeting him. That was their first big run of the day, as we're going to bring blitz. Watch Richie, as he's probably going to have someone to look out for. They run the ball into Jeff's arms yet again. 7 on 1st down. Let's said 2nd. Cover 3 seam. Once again, watching from Grant's POV. We're going to get a run potentially. They need 3. Handoff. Run inside. Broken tackle as Richie Grant steps up to make the tackle. Jets right now marching downfield. It's getting closer eye, as they've run a lot of successful plays so far. Play action. That one's end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Tanner McLaughlin was able to get in there for the touchdown. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. 3-point lead. Jets. The kick is up, and it is good. Now we need our offense to actually do something. Following Hardman's return, we're going to go ahead and come back out with our offense. Now we got to keep an eye out on Rizzler. He's played okay so far this game, as that's going to be caught. McCole Hardman Jr. at the 50 now. What a catch and broken tackle for a huge pickup. All you got to do is be a little brazen. Okay, a little interjection. I'm running RPO. I don't mean to get us out of the immersion. I don't know how RPOs work, as it Hey, it's a run this time. I've only ever seen passes as an RPO. So seeing them run the ball, beautiful. Go ahead and run DBL dig. We're down 4 with 8 minutes left. This game could become a shootout in the final quarter, as that's going to be caught by Juju. Another first down for this Atlanta offense as we're rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, driving towards the end zone. Go ahead, run it with McClellan, as that's going to be a good pickup of 4. Jace isn't doing stupendous, but he's not struggling either, you know? So I'm getting what I want out of Jace McClellan for his second year. We got great coverage all over the field. That's end zone. Touchdown. No, out of bounds. Tommy Tremble unable to keep his feet in, but that's incredible just to see. Got to be brazen enough to try it. We need 6 now on 3rd. Go ahead and run this one. Draw. Great blocking. First down and more. Jace McClellan's got 68 on the day. See, this is what I want. I want good run pass splits. If we can just keep this going, I think we got a great game or a great team ahead of us for the season. They run man, touchdown, Atwell. Falcons able to answer back. I gotta give this man a contract. 2-2 Atwell with another touchdown for the Falcons. Go ahead and get our extra point, making it 17-14, 3-point Atlanta lead. Now, I hope y'all stayed in this one, because if y'all didn't, y'all are missing out some great content. Well, they go ahead, hand off on first down. He breaks first contact, but can't get more than 2 after that. We're doing great. We're going to run one whole man coverage. Yeah, let's go ahead and watch Benedict. I want to be able to see the majority of the field. We got Jones back to throw. He fires that one intermediate, and it's caught. Able to just jump up and moss him. I just recently changed his number to, I don't know who you are. I'm sorry, 22. Hughes Phillips is 22. That's a huge catch. Throw for Jones, and that's intercepted by Kazir White. Oh my God, what a pick. We're going to get a replay of this one from another angle as Kazir White just ball hawks that one out of the receiver's hands. Come on, show the angle. We get throw. See what Mac Jones throws? That's an easy catch. And Kazir White literally just steals it from his hands. Just, I'm going to take that. Thank you very much. What a catch. So we come back out on offense following the Kazir White interception. I don't know if there's any better way to feel about this team. Run McClellan, and he picks up 10 on first down. Oh my God, this team is electric. Even our backups are firing on all cylinders. See, if our backups are doing this against their backups, what do you think our starters are doing against other starters? They bring pressure. We fire for another first down. Juju Smith-Schuster. We have a great day here for this team. I love to see this. Falcons driving. We run again. Broken tackle McClellan. I thought that was a TFL as he's able to get 7. Jermaine Elumonora is going to be coming out now. That's 2 O-line injuries. I don't know what I called, so I guess we're just going to go with it. Play action. Throw. That's another touchdown. McCall Hardman Jr. Atlanta Falcons score again. Bruce Sternum will not be able to return this game, so we're going to be bringing Ezra Cleveland in. I think I said that right. I didn't mean to kick the field goal, as that one's up, and it is good. Got 4 minutes left. Defense coming back out. We have a 10-point lead. We'll go ahead and watch some more Kazir White gameplay. He steps back to throw. Oh my, is that not targeting? They run no hurry or no huddle, as I could have swore that would have been a targeting call. Play action yet again. That one's going to be batted away by Harrison. We got some linebackers or some like edge rushers out there playing different positions. Go ahead, speaking of edge rushers, let's get some angles with it, as that's going to be quickly fired and caught. That's going to force a 4th down. Oh, they're going to go for it. We're going to watch Richie Grant. They need a yard. Grant's pressuring, and that's going to be an easy first down. A lot more daylight, but we got 3 black jerseys there to get them. Oh, by the way, if you do like the uniforms, they're your best Bengal strip uniforms. Love them. They're probably my favorite uniforms I've ever seen made. And then that's another first down for 8. We're using coach mode. We're using a ton of mods. I don't know if I've stated it already, but If you do enjoy it, everything's linked in the description, as that's gonna be incomplete. That one intended for Jeff Okuda's man, but an incomplete pass in nonetheless. We got 2:43 left to go in this one as we're approaching end of the ball game. Go ahead and watch Jennings, as he's gonna be watching middle, as Jesse Bates is able to get to his man after a first down pickup. If Jesse's gonna stay out there, we're gonna run one Robert press and just let Jesse do what Jesse needs to do. He stumbled. Interception, Jesse Bates. That one's going to be returned to the house again. Go, Jesse, go. Go, Jesse, go. Go, Jesse, go. Go, Jesse, go. Touchdown, Atlanta Falcons. My voice is cracking. Ah. 2 interceptions for Jesse Bates. Oh, my God. Go ahead and watch Jesse, who doesn't even hesitate. We see him. He's watching his man. Oh, hold on. Yeah, we're watching Jesse here, all right? Jesse Bates, he immediately runs to his man and gets caught. I'm like, oh, this is a first down. Easy first down completion. Man caught? That's bad news. Jesse, still watching the quarterback, doesn't take his eyes off him immediately. Ball gets released, turns around, jumps up. I'll take that, please, and thank you. What an incredible interception. I didn't mean to punt or do the field goal yet again. That one's gonna miss. I'm sorry, Youngwaku. I didn't mean to miss your field goal. Jesse Bates, 2 interceptions for 2 touchdowns on the day. And I need to tell y'all, I'm not controlling anything. This is all the coach mod. I don't control anything other than what plays get called. Oh my God, I love it. Jesse comes in and just destroys hopes and dreams. He's not even like supposed to be in. He's just a slot middle linebacker. Like, he's got that in his depth. Like, in his, I think he's like the 2nd string slot middle linebacker or sub middle linebacker. So that's why he's been in. But oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am I didn't just cut this off sooner. I was only going to do the off season. I see Jesse. I want it. We're going to watch more Mr. Bates, as he's had 2 already today, as that's going to be incomplete, intended for the running back. 3rd and 3 now. We still have Jesse in. We'll see if he keeps trying. We'll see if he keeps trying to test Mr. Bates, as that's going to be fired short and incomplete. Knocked out of the hands by Richie Grant. They're going to go for it. Cover 3. We're going to run cover 3 sky. Let's watch Kazir White. Oh, no. Let's watch Dallas. Mr. Turner, not a pass coverage person, but that's not going to get there. That's a turnover on downs. And I can assure you Atlanta's walking out of here with a victory, as I'm pressing every button wrong. Let's change thing. Let's choose some clocks. Atlanta's going to walk out of here 14-30 winners. Oh my God. I could not be happier with how my team and how my guys have played today. McClellan being a MF. All right, so after the interception from Bates, my stuff unfortunately did stop recording, but I'm just letting y'all see that we are just running out the clock as we approach the end of the game. That is a fumble out of bounds, so I'm not worried about it. But we are approaching the end of the game, and I'll let y'all see the box score once we're done. Now, obviously, it is week 1 of preseason, so Maxwell Calhoun did not play a ton. He was only 1 for 4, but he did have a huge pass to, I think it was Drake. Desmond Ritter did play okay, so I think he is an okay backup, but definitely not starting caliber. Running the ball, Robinson struggled to get started, but Algier and McClellan were able to get going really early or really easily. Love having 103 from him. Receiving leader goes to Juju, McCole Hardman, and Tommy Trimble, and yardage goes to McCole Hardman, Juju, with the only 2 above 50. As I was saying until my recording so rudely interrupted me, Romo Dunze didn't even get a catch today. Pass block, we did pretty good, didn't allow too many sacks. We do have to be careful with Beckton Sr., who is going to probably miss some games. Tackle leaders today are going to go to Zach Harrison and Clark Phillips. Total tackle or assisted, like all that, you know, which I like seeing a linebacker instead of just all of our safeties, but we also can see that obviously some other people got some. TFLs, we were able to get for this game, none from starters, oddly enough, and 1 sack from Dallas Turner. Never mind, screw none from the starters. Now, Jesse Bates ends up with 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kazir White and AJ Terrell also end up with an interception. We do miss 1 extra point. That is my bad, and we only had to punt the ball 6 times. No returns for touchdowns, as you would figure, but this gives us a good idea of what we're going into at the start of next season. If you guys are excited for like the rest of preseason, let me know. That will probably be episode 2. It'll be the rest of preseason as we get ready for episode 1 of the regular season. I hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything that I post, and if you did like the content, hit the like button. We have 1 new injury, but other than that, I ain't really worried about it. He's probably not going to play anyways. I'll see y'all in the next one. Get out of here. Deuces.